So I would not call me a fisherman, not even a recreational fisherman. I have caught a few nice sized fish in my lifetime. Different kinds of trout, walleyes, perch. And the biggest fish that I've ever caught, I would say, are also the holiest fish that I've ever caught. Yep, a holy fish. Let me tell you more about it. I'm talking about a salmon. A salmon is a holy fish because a salmon feels called by God at a certain time in his life to sacrifice his life, swim against the current. He swims against the current up over waterfalls, through rapids, to his death. But not just to his death, to the life of the species, to the life of all salmon. In other words, what I'm talking about is the Pacific salmon's return to the place where it was spawned in order to lay eggs for a new generation of salmon. And the salmon only do this one time in their lives, and they die as a result of this incredible effort on their part. Yes, the salmon all do this, but if one salmon all by himself had no friends to his right and to his left, he would do it anyway, because he feels called by God in his heart to make this journey against the current to his death, her death, his death, and to propagate a new generation, to spread the life of salmon across the globe. That's a holy fish. Why is it a holy fish? Because to be holy means to swim across the grain, heading into and fighting the currents of this world and our sinful nature. We also have a voice inside of us that is calling us to serve the Lord, calling us to serve the kingdom of God. But we're going to have to swim upstream in order to do that. We're going to have to sacrifice our lives in order to do that, in order to build the kingdom, in order for the kingdom of God to grow in this world. We'll have to be like salmon. We'll have to swim against the grain. If you ask me, to be holy is, in fact, to swim against the currents of our world and the currents of our sinful nature. Let me read you a verse. I'll drop my fishing pole. If you see my fishing pole go off into the stream, you know I have something on, but that's okay. The fish can have my pole. I'm reading to you from Romans chapter 1 and verse 7. It says, "To all in Rome who are loved by God and called to be his holy people." This verse is typical in the New Testament. New Testament, born-again believers are called into holiness. In other words, we are called to follow God from our hearts, no matter if we have to battle all the currents of this world, fight against them, and swim upstream. God bless you. Have a great home fellowship tonight.